Hello and welcome here to Talk FCB, and welcome to a rather random video here on the channel, because basically I've been on Twitter for most of the afternoon. I've not been arguing with anyone, it's just a matter of opinion. People have got different opinions, that's the way it works. But I'm going to be doing a video here on Marco Reus. Now, he is one of the most desired players in world football, and I just want to stress before I go into any of my points, I think he is a great player, one of the world's best attackers. He's got everything, he's still only 25, he's still got a lot of things he can improve on in his game, and he's going to get better and better, and let me tell you now, he's a great player. I've got nothing wrong with Marco Reus, I really like him, but this summer, next summer, the summer after, he may move from Borussia Dortmund. But he will not be coming here, and I'm going to be telling you why, and it's an unpopular opinion, it really is. There's not many people who want to stand up and say they don't want Marco Reus, because he's loved by everyone, that's the beauty of him, but it is an unpopular opinion, but let me tell you that he will not work here, he will not come here, and it will not work. And basically, just look at this. This is the formation that everyone seems to want to go with, basically because it's the formation that Chelsea go with. They play the sort of four attacking players. Real Madrid do it, of course. That's been very highly profiled. And people are saying now, why can't we use four attackers? We can play Reus, we can play Messi, we can play Suarez, and we can play Neymar. We can play them all in the same team. What we'll do is, we'll just beat everyone 5-4 and 5-0. Well, you know who else had that attitude? Manchester United. They went out this summer and they bought a hell of a lot of attacking players, and they forgot about the defence. What's happened to them? Well, they're 10th in the Premier League. So, let me just tell you now, you cannot go out on a football pitch with the attitude as, oh, we'll just score more than the opponents, because what happens is, we saw against Celta Vigo, they'll counter-attack, they'll score one goal, and they'll park the bus, and we'll get frustrated, the fans will get frustrated, and we'll lose the game, and we'll end up crying at the end of it, and wondering why we signed these players. Basically, guys, you have to have a balanced team. It's all about balance, it's all about work rate, and it's all about finding the right system and the right formation for the players we have. Now, if you signed Marco Reus, the first problem you have is, he is naturally a winger. He's not an attacking midfielder, and he's not an out-and-out striker. He is a winger. He likes to play on the wing. So, straight away, you have to have a formation that has wingers, which is not the formation that we're using at the moment. At the moment, you've got Lionel Messi in a deep-lying attacking role, and you've got Neymar and Suarez playing as strikers centrally in front of him. So straight away, you've got to change your formation. The formation you go to is a 4-2-3-1. You have Reus, Neymar as the wingers. The second problem you have is Reus and Neymar are both right-footed, and both of them prefer to play on the left. So straight away, you've got to put one of them out of position on the right-hand side. We saw Neymar used on the right a few times last season. He wasn't as effective as he is on the left. And the second problem is then, Neymar isn't that great on the wing anyway for us. We saw last season, he didn't reach the heights that we needed him to on the wing. This season, he's been much more prolific, he's been much more involved, and he's been really outstanding in that central attacking role. So, if you're going to sign Reus, it then involves moving Neymar out of his best position. Then, you've got Luis Suarez. Now, Luis Suarez at the moment is very much the pinnacle of our attack. We've got Neymar, we've got Messi, all creating chances and all making the space and the runs for Luis Suarez. He's benefiting off them. He's the finisher. You bring in Marco Reus and there's another man there. There's another man, on the ball. There's another man, making those runs. And you're not always going to get those chances falling to Suarez, and he may not get as many goals. But that is not the main point. That's only a side issue. The main point for me is you're asking Lionel Messi to drop even deeper, because this is not the role he's in at the moment. The role he's in at the moment, he's just behind Messi and Suarez, and if he wants to, he can get in the box. If you play him in an attacking midfield role, he's hardly ever going to get in that box. He's not going to get into so many scoring positions, and he's not going to be the same player. And I don't care about people saying, oh, well, he's getting older, just drop him back. I am not going to drop the best player in the world out of his position just to get Marco Reus in the team. Like I said, Marco Reus is a great player, but you've got Messi, you've got Neymar, and you've got Suarez. I really don't understand the need to get this man in the team, because it is annoying, because from our point of view, we keep doing this. As fans and as a football club are bored of the same. They keep buying these expansive attacking players when we really don't need them. The area we should be looking at is that back four. Quite frankly, a centre-back and a right-back is much more needed. Look at some more problems here. It's not over. I'm not finished yet, believe me. Mascherano and Busquets are the holding midfielders. Now, if you're going to play four attackers, you need two players in there who are hard-working, who can make a tackle, and are going to do well. Mascherano and Busquets do fit that profile, but look who's not there. Ivan Rakitic, Andres Iniesta. Then what you do with those two, then you hamper Rafinha's development, you hamper Denis Suarez's development, you hamper a lot of development. Deulofeu, Adama, Munir, none of them get a look in because this is the team. So, and I'm all about, trying to find the best formula here. But those two in defensive midfield, you're leaving out Ivan Rakitic, and you can say, oh, play Rakitic in defensive midfield then. He is wasted in defensive midfield. He's not a defensive midfielder. He can do defensive work, but he's best when he's offensively playing, when he's going forward, when he's getting into the box. We saw him score a few goals this season from being in and around the box. That's where he needs to be. He's not a defensive midfielder. The next problem you have is the fullbacks. Dani Alves and Jordi Alba, whoever you pick, whether it be Adriano Montoya as well, they like to get forward. That's the job of the fullback. The fullback at Barcelona is known for getting up and down the pitch, a lot of energy, giving us width. What are you supposed to do with them? Just tell them to be defensive fullbacks? You can't. They're not defensive fullbacks. Chelsea have got Ivanovic, they've got Azpilicueta, players who are defensively minded. Ivanovic is very, very good at staying back. He knows when to go. These players don't. Jordi Alba and Dani Alves will bomb up and down that wing all day long, every day of the week, and you won't be able to stop them doing that because that's the way their mindset is. They're not defensive fullbacks. So, again, you bring Reus in and you're having to adjust other players just to fit him in. I just don't feel there's a need to do that. I don't really feel that it's actually worth doing that. And the second problem is, you have to, Messi, Neymar and Reus would all have to do defensive work because, like I said, Chelsea use this formation, Real Madrid use this formation, but at Chelsea you've got Hazard, you've got Willian, you've got Oscar, who all put a shift in for 90 minutes, running round. Willian is their typical one, covers every blade of grass, he's up and down the pitch, he's winning tackles, he's pressing high. At Real Madrid, we've seen Isco do it, we've seen James, both of those in the Clásico worked incredibly hard. And I don't want Neymar and Messi running up and down the pitch, closing people down. They don't need to be doing that. They're attacking players. They need to be in the box, creating chances, scoring goals. I don't want them running back and chasing their man back to defend. That's not what we should do in these players. We're ruining them. So you cannot do that. And just generally, I just don't like the look of that side because on the counter, you can guarantee that we're going to get hit. And that is the reason that I just do not believe that Marco Reus will benefit at Barcelona and why we shouldn't be in any way, shape or form signing him. Also, guys, not sure if you remember, but we have a transfer ban. So all this talk is pretty much irrelevant because we do have a transfer ban. We cannot make any transfers. I don't really see that being lifted. So to be honest, we're in no hope of signing him anyway. And by the time it ends, I think he'll be elsewhere. Bayern Munich have come calling. Chelsea will probably, maybe, I don't know, Man United, Liverpool, they're all going to be interested in a player like Marco Reus. Like I said, he is a great player. But that's the reason as well. People saying, oh, well, just, get a strength in depth. It's good to have a player like Reus instead of Pedro. No. Because Pedro is now on the bench. Reus is not a bench player. We cannot get him just to play on the bench. That will not work. So, we really don't need him, guys. And I appreciate everyone's opinion. There's people out there who really, really like Marco Reus. I can completely understand that. But all I'm trying to say is, no matter what system you use, no matter what formation you use, if you do bring Marco Reus in, you could probably just about get him in the team, but if you do get him in the team, then you've got to mess with other players' positions, you've got to mess with just the way they play, and you're ruining other players just for one player in Marco Reus, and I don't feel that's right. So leave your comments below, guys. Like I said, open to your opinions. I'd love to hear those below. What do you think about Marco Reus? Do we need him here? Do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you disagree? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mixed comments below, but I'm going to be glad to hear them, and I want to see you letting me know what you think down below. If you did like this video, guys, please give it a like, and if you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know we're coming along really well, and excited for the match tonight against Ajax. I'll see you later on for more videos, but until then, Visca el Barça!